6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanuz Ashraf. First, the headlines. Foreign ministers of China, Pakistan and Afghanistan have called for a broad-based and inclusive peace and reconciliation process in Afghanistan, urging Afghan Taliban to join the peace process at an early date. Pakistan and China have agreed to extend $57 billion CPEC project to Afghanistan. Federal cabinet meeting chaired by the Prime Minister is underway in Islamabad. Hazara motorway will be inaugurated tomorrow, providing modern commuting facility to the people of Hazara division and the northern areas. Russia has started establishing a permanent military presence at naval and air bases in Syria, as Duma ratified with Damascus in this regard. In the third and final one-day international cricket match, New Zealand beat West Indies by 66 runs at Christchurch today. And now the news in detail. Pakistan, China and Afghanistan have called upon Afghan Taliban to join a broad-based and inclusive peace process. The call came in a joint statement issued after the trilateral foreign ministers' dialogue in Beijing. The Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, after the conclusion of the trilateral meeting, said Pakistan and Afghanistan have agreed to improve their relations as soon as possible. He said the two sides unanimously expressed the point that they will not allow any party or force to use their territories to engage in the activities that would undermine the security of the other side. The Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif at the Beijing meeting expressed the hope for progress on proposals to improve trade and cooperation in securing their borders areas. He said Pakistan emphasized the importance of border management, the return of Afghan refugees, and intelligence sharing for effective counter-terrorism cooperation. Chinese Foreign Minister said it needs the three countries to reach a gradual consensus, tackling easier, smaller project first, Wang said, without giving details. Pakistani Foreign Minister Khwaja Asif said his country and China are iron brothers. He said the successful implementation of CPEC projects will serve as a model for enhancing connectivity and cooperation through similar projects with neighboring countries, including Afghanistan, Iran, and with Central and West Asia. Federal cabinet meeting chaired by the Prime Minister Shahid Haqqan Abbasi is underway in Islamabad. Prime Minister Shahid Haqqan Abbasi says provision of adequate health facilities to public is the foremost priorities of the government. He was chairing a briefing on revamping of Cantonment Hospital Rawalpindi in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister said the federal government would provide best possible support to the hospital, enabling it to serve the community in a more efficient manner. The Director General Military Lands and Cantonments briefed the Prime Minister about health facilities being provided to the residents as well as the non-residents at the Cantonment Hospital Rawalpindi. Construction work of an oil refinery in Karak district will begin next month. A spokesman of provincial government told Radio Pakistan's Peshawar correspondent that MOU has been signed with Frontier Works Organization for the construction of the refinery at a cost of about 64 billion rupees. He said 600 canal and land has already been acquired for this purpose. The spokesman said the province is producing about 53,000 barrels of crude oil daily, which is more than 50% of the total oil production of the country. The National Highway Authority will inaugurate 3 roads in next 2 weeks. This information was given to the National Assembly Standing Committee on Communications by NHA and Communications Division during the meeting of the Standing Committee in Islamabad today. The committee was informed that Hazara motorway will be inaugurated tomorrow, while Liari Expressway and motorway M9 will be inaugurated next month. Minister for Planning and Development Ehsan Iqbal says that over 6.6 billion rupees have been saved through rationalization of projects during last 4 years. He said this on the inauguration of Planning Commission 1 PC1 automation system in Islamabad today. Ehsan Iqbal said the PC1 automation system will enable the processing and supervision of projects on fast track. The minister said Vision 2025 is the economic long march towards achieving the goal of bringing the country among top 25 economies of the world. Chairman NAB Justice retired Javed Iqbal has directed all the regional bureaus of NAB to file applications in respective accountability courts for early hearing of references to recover 900 billion rupees from corrupt. Chairing a meeting in Islamabad today, he said that 499 inquiries and 287 investigations are under process in regional bureaus of NAB. These inquiries have not completed in prescribed time frame of 10 months as per law. Election Commission has issued show cause notice to the political parties which have not yet fulfilled the requirement under Election Act. According to a notification issued by the Commission, political parties have been asked to submit their replies within 15 days of the notice. Under the Election Act 2017, political parties have to submit a list of at least 2,000 members with their signatures and identity cards and enlistment fee of 200,000 rupees. This is Radio Pakistan. AJK Prime Minister Raja Farooq Haider Khan has expressed serious concern over the Indian aggression at line of control and urged United Nations and international community to take serious note of it. In a statement issued in Islamabad today, he said Indian aggressive designs could destabilize peace process in the region. He said India is deliberately targeting civilian population at LOC, forcing them to evacuate their adjacent areas, but its nefarious designs will never be succeeded. In occupied Kashmir, thousands of people flouting restrictions participated in the funeral prayers of Noor Muhammad Tantre, who was martyred by Indian troops in Pulwama district today. The authorities sealed all entry and exit points with barbed wires, and heavy deployment of forces was made to check public movement. However, people from various areas of the district defied restrictions and arrived in the area of Aripal to attend the funeral. The martyr was laid to rest amid pro-freedom and anti-India slogans. Hurriyat leaders, including a delegation of Jammu and Kashmir Salvation Movement, also participated in the funeral prayers. Russia has started establishing a permanent military presence at naval and air bases in Syria as Parliament ratified a deal with Damascus to cement Russian presence in the country. The head of the Upper House Security and Defense Committee, Viktor Bondarev, told RIA news agency that deal signed in January will expand the Tartus naval facility, Russia's only naval foothold in the Mediterranean, and grant Russian warships access to Syrian waters and ports. In Egypt, Prisons Authority has executed 15 militants convicted of carrying out attacks that killed security forces 4 years ago in the Sinai Peninsula. Security sources said executions were carried out at 2 prisons in the north of the country early today. In Italy, more than 250 migrants have been rescued in the central Mediterranean. Italy's Coast Guard, in a statement, said that the migrants in one large rubber dinghy and 2 small boats were rescued in 3 missions by 2 ships, one from a non-governmental organization. Italy is also bolstering the Libyan Coast Guard's ability to turn back boats. In the third and final one-day international, New Zealand beat West Indies by 66 runs day and night method at Christchurch today. New Zealand won the series 3-0. And finally, the weather report. Mainly partly cloudy weather conditions is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, light rain with light snowfall over the hills may occur at a few places in Malakand Division, Upper Fata and Gilgit-Baltistan. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail over plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. And that is the end of the news bulletin. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch our live video streaming on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.